I still reckon it leaves us. Wait until we stop. Oh yeah, it does have music. There's a phone in my bag.
Hello and welcome aboard the City Sightseeing Bournemouth tour. Your route today takes us to Pool Quay via Sandbanks. Please remain seated whilst the bus is moving and ring the bell if you wish to get off at any of the stops along the route. We look forward to showing you the best of the local area and telling you about the history and the people who helped shape it into what it is today. Be sure to hold on to your ticket, which entitles you to 10% off any other city sightseeing tour operated in over 100 locations around the world. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask the driver, who will only be too happy to help. But please only do this when the bus has stopped.
Swear the commentary's louder on this one now.
As we head over the overpass, we see Bournemouth Pier jutting out into the English Channel to our right. The beach is 9.5 miles long.
Full angle good too,
West, taking us ahead to the east. To our left are the lower gardens of the Bournemouth Stream, from which the town gets its name. The name comes from the Scottish bird meaning
another lake.
Bournemouth prides itself on its wonderful gardens. The local park department have its own nurseries with a team of dedicated gardeners and greenkeepers tending to more than 1,000 hectares of green space, roughly 20% of the town. On the our right is the Royal Hotel, the very first hotel in Bournemouth, which was opened on the day of Queen Victoria's coronation in June 1838. As we travel down Westover Road, to our left is the Art Deco Pavilion Theatre, now nearly 100 years old. It hosts a back-to-back programme of plays, musicals, concerts and comedy, and is also the home to Pavilion Dance South West, an inspirational charity that has, in the last 10 years, allowed more than 500,000 people from every section of society to experience the joy of dance. Look up to the right for more Art Deco buildings which used to house a number of hotels, an ice rink and 2 cinemas. On the Bournemouth saw the Beatles play a 6-night residency in the summer of 1963, just before Beatlemania took the band around the world. The same year, the Bournemouth also hosted the Rolling Stones and Cliff Richard's The Shadows. Bournemouth Square is really considered the centre of the town, with the main department stores and meeting places. Now pedestrianised, for many years it was the main intersection where 7 roads from the north, the east and west met. A number of the original buildings surrounding the square were lost due to bombing during the Second World War, but nothing like the extent of Southampton to the east and Plymouth to the west. Through the centre, you'll see the gardens stretching back inland in one direction and down to the seafront in the other, making a mile-long green corridor along the Bourne Stream, which gives Bournemouth its name. Former Prime Minister Winston Churchill holidayed in Bournemouth as a child. He would sail a model boat in the stream.
Right. Oh, we have to stop there. More.
There's people getting on. But it's 2.
Do you think the commentary's louder on this one? Yeah, it's louder than maybe they've improved it during the winter. Won't have to sit in the bottom on any of them. Won't have to. Oh, that's our 5A driver. Yep.
shortly coming up on our left is BH2, the new cinema and restaurant complex. But this was once the site of the town's bus station, which was so large it had 2 levels. Between the 1930s and the 1970s, the bus station was buzzing with holidaymakers during the summer months. However, it was badly damaged by a fire during 1976. Although around 80 buses on the upper level managed to be driven out, 16 coaches on the lower level were destroyed, and the building was finally demolished in 1982. When we leave the square and head back up the hill towards the seafront, look out for a on the left called the Royal Exeter Hotel. It's on the site of the very first house which was built in the town by the founder of Bournemouth, Lewis Tregonwell. For many years, this area was open peace.
Why is he stopped in the middle of the road? Is Angle going to beat this?
Smugglers using the area to move their contraband.
If that was David, he would have done it. Oh, unless he saw us up in
And
that.
his job was to defend against a possible French invasion and also help combat the smugglers. The area's most service as a Dorset Ranger, he brought his wife Henrietta in, and she fell in love with the sea views. They bought the land from St Mark's Tabs and built their summer residence.
Oh, I doubt we'll have a next to us. I reckon Jane goes next to one of us if he comes. Oh no. One of us won't save from someone else. No, one of unless there was a special guest with him. Good to see Lee again, it'll be good. Maybe Marek don't drive for them anymore then.
As we travel up Priory Road, we head up onto the West Cliff. This area has an extremely wide choice of hotels and guest houses. There is something for everyone, from young person's budget accommodation costing £20 a night, through to the very expensive and very plush Marriott Highcliffe, the choice of politicians attending party conferences, standing on the left, just above a lift to the beach. The very big investments in more hotels, bars and restaurants reflects Bournemouth's potential as the South Coast's leading resort, and the fact that the area is very busy on weekends throughout the year. At the next roundabout, notice the mature pine trees that dominate the street scene from here on. 200 years ago, Bournemouth looked very different. It would have been bare and sandy heathland, like much of the New Forest to the east and Dorset to the west. But then landowners started planting more than 3 million Scots pines. This was partly to replenish the country's timber stocks after the wars with the French, and partly to cash in on the supposed health benefits of the sea air blowing through the pine needles. By the 1880s, the transformation was complete. The Dorset writer Thomas Hardy called Bournemouth Sandbourne in his novel Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and described it as a Mediterranean lounging place on the English Channel. Truer and truer with our special microclimate and global warming.
Zu GDZ.